Hi, Virendra. Hi, Ajay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are. And hello.
Great. Ajay, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Excellent. All right. So we wait just for one more minute to see if others are joining. In the meantime, बताओ आप दोनों ही अभी सिटको में हो. Virendra, you are there also in Sitco. Ajay is also there in Sitco. How are things going?
So going good for now.
Okay. So Virendra, you are in operations, right?
Yes, sir.
तुम्हारा shift time क्या है?
3 to 12.
Okay. And what about you, Ajay?
Yes, sir, it's going well. So previously my shift time was 3 to 12 is afternoon. Right now it changed to early morning, 6 to 3. So it's going well. Now I have some training to early shift also. And from January it started.
Okay. So दोनों ही I wanted to understand that what exactly are your job profile? Uh, Starting with Virendra,
Yes,
exactly
sir.
what are you doing?
Sir, my job profile is operational control management for
Mhm.
private asset. Now they have started with private equity. I was started with private equity. Now they have transformed into private assets. So
Right.
they are no longer calling it private equity. It has changed to private assets.
Yeah, I guess that's all right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Ajay, how about you?
Yes, sir. It's actually a trade capture process. So we are working from client file. So whenever there is some issue with client file, missing some data, so it's got kicked out. So it's not going forward. So we work on that, and we have the additional task also, some manual booking.
Okay.
So we have to do that.
Okay.
So each employees having the different tasks. Some have the having the manual booking, but mostly the common work is to uh, have the work on the client file and transfer to the recon and middle office team.
Okay. All right. Fine. So is my screen visible? Khushali has also joined. Hi, Khushali. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Okay. So is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So a quick मैं आप सभी के लिए जो चीज़ है वो बता देता हूँ. So basically this I have started uh, last 1 year that after leaving Imaticus. So that was my last in which I had told the management also. And then I actually worked upon the charter exams because there was huge scope, huge demand, and a lot of inquiries were coming in. And this has actually been on the back of my mind for almost 5, 6 years. But I was just not finding the time, was stretched beyond imagination. And then last 1 year, I just did not do anything. I focused fully on this. So what I have done before that, अगर आपको थोड़ा सा मैं if I can give you a little bit of background about what CFA etc. is. So CF is the screen visible now? The CFS screen, or it's still stuck at Charter
Yes,
Series?
sir. Register early to save.
Yes, correct. So CFA is a global credential, as you would know. Okay, CFA is a global credential. The thing is that if you want to learn finance in the true sense, okay, so I'll give you one small example. Let's say, I want to become a good orthopedic surgeon, a great orthopedic surgeon. To becoming a great orthopedic surgeon, that means I must first pass my MBBS exam, and my MBBS exam from a very good college and having a very good credentials. ओके मेरे क्रेडेंशियल्स अच्छे होंगे, मेरे एकेड्स अच्छे होंगे, तभी मुझे पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में एमबीबीएस में मुझे मौका मिलेगा स्पेशलाइज करने के लिए. ठीक है. नाउ सीएफए इज दैट एमबीबीएस. CFA is basically that MBBS. Okay. Now it's not only that, it also, the beauty of this is that since last year, they have also added the MD part. How is it? It is divided into three levels: level one, level two, level three. So when we talk about, let's say, level one, so level one is basically where it tells us that uh, it actually familiarizes us with different kinds of financial assets, products, finance, different terminologies of finance. You talk about, like, for example, equity. So equity, I mean, what is meant by return on equity? What are the formulas for return on equity? Okay, etc. Then how to actually use a discounted cash flow model? What is meant by relative ratios? And then how to analyze a balance sheet. These elements. Then we also learn about economics. We learn about fixed income and so on and so forth. It's a huge thing. Of course, there is something called as ethics as well. Similarly, in your level two, what happens is that we learn those things what we learned in level one, but at a much greater depth. So what we say is that level one is all about familiarization. And when we talk about level two, so level two is all about, level two, you actually focus on the application part of it. Okay, so वहां पे चीजें जो है वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाती है, बहुत ज्यादा फोकस्ड हो जाती है. And then we come to level three. So level three is all about portfolio management. But in portfolio management also, since last year, what CFA Institute has done is that now they're giving choice. These choices were not available to us, but now they're giving choice that you could either specialize in private wealth, in which Virendra right now is working. You could specialize in institutional wealth, or you could specialize in public wealth. Okay, so these three categories of specialization actually exist in your level three of the curriculum. Okay, now usually it takes about, I would say that if you are focused upon CFA, it is going to take about 2 to 3 years. Okay, so earlier in our times it used to take around 4 years. It took me 4 years because those days we only had one exam in 1 year. That's the only thing that's there. So unlike now where 3-4 exam windows are there, हमारे time पे it only used to be for level twos and level threes we only had one window. एक ही बार आप exam दे सकते हो साल में. So, and between level 2 and level 3, I completed my FRM. So I took a year grab. So that's how average time it takes around 4 years. CFA is a hard exam. It's, if I have to, let's say, make an educated guess, if I do this Google world's toughest exam, अगर मैं ऐसा इसको Google करता हूँ, so you would see, I'll just click on this first link, but you could click on any link for that matter. So you'd see that, CFA features there among the top 10 exams in the world. Okay, so different parameters have got different thing. कोई उसको number 3 में रखता है, कोई number 4 में रखता है. That's how things are. So the reason that me actually taking you through all of this is Mensa IQ. Yeah, here you go. There you go. So you've got the CFA out here as well, number 6. So different agencies actually give different rankings. So nonetheless, the thing which I wanted to tell all of you is that this is what CFA is in. There are, like I said, that there are now more windows as compared to what it was in our time. Now, what do the CFAs actually do? We talked about the different CFA paths, program, etc. But what exactly the CFA charter holders they do? Okay, so I think it should be here. Compensation level, this been given. Duration 3-4 years. Costs is around this given. Portfolio, yeah. So these are the kind of things that you are actually mota you can actually expect that these are going to be your job profile. Portfolio management, research, asset management, risk management, etc., etc. And when we talk about let's say a CFA charter holder into investment banking, they're one of the most, I would say, if not the most, one of the most revered, respected qualifications. You talk about investment banking, and I'm not talking about the investment banking back-end operations. Make no mistake. What we guys are doing in India mostly for UBS or any investment bank, Citco, you talk about it, BNY, etc. We are into as we say, it is a back-end operations of investment banking. Now, over a period of time, what will happen? Without any disrespect, I'm sure that you would understand where I'm coming from, which I told in your while we were doing our classes also, that over a period of time, this is going to become mundane. Okay, there is not going to be much innovation. The another, I would don't want to intimidate you, scare you, but another possibility is that the rate at which artificial intelligence is per se moving on, there is a possibility that some of the jobs which you guys are perhaps doing, those jobs may be automated. There is a possibility. Okay, I don't want to scare you because I do not believe that there is anything to be concerned about. Because no matter what you do, AI can never topple humans. That's not possible. Okay, so jobs will still be there, but yes, some of the absolute jobs like data entry, etc., those things are going to be completely automated. So one is obviously the job is going to be mundane. There is not going to be much to learn. Second, obviously the automation part which we're talking about. The third is then there is going to be a career block after a certain period of time. Let's say 5, 6 years down the line, 7 years down the line. अगर आपको आगे बढ़ना है, if you truly believe in finance, so you need these global credentials like that of CFA or FRM. Okay, so career advancement, obviously that's there. The beauty of CFA is that it's not only about managing others' wealth. It is also about your own portfolio also. So today I manage some few of my client I have. I do it at a very low scale. I manage their portfolio, but it helps me also to manage my own investments, my own finances, right? So that's the beauty of it. That's the whole part of it. Now, job prospects of CFA in India, typically a CFA level 2 pass out, because CFA level 1, I do not think that there is much of jobs prospect. But after you've completed, let's say CFA level 2, with let's say by the time if you have any experience in investment banking, as you guys are doing, let's say you have about 2, 3, or let's say 4 years of experience. So that point in time, you could easily expect a salary of between 12 to 15 lakhs. That's on the minimum side. Uh, if you are in a better cities, if you are in, let's say, cities like that of Bangalore or Gurgaon, it can go up to 18, 20 lakhs also, CFA level 2 pass. With 6, 7 years of experience on CFA level 3, you would easily command upward of 25 to 30 lakhs. And a CFA charter holder with 15 years of experience, they command, obviously, depending upon the job role. But average compensation in India, CFA level 3, which I have seen passed out, few of them have been my students also. They are doing very good in fund management, asset management companies, wherever they're working. So those salaries, typically 50 lakhs onwards, that's the best salary. Thereafter, obviously, the bonuses, advances, those things also make up, and total compensation will be upward of, I think, 70, 80 lakhs. 80 lakhs is a very, I would say, very basic thing, a very basic thing that you can look forward to. CFA as a credential is highly valued in overseas, of course, where it came from. As you can see that this is the average compensation that you can look forward to. And again, when we talk about average compensation, please do understand that they are mostly talking about young people, people who are perhaps at my age bracket or maybe in the 40s. They would have already, done double of what is being shown out here. They would be drawing. Okay, that's the thing. Now, from here, if let's talk about FRM, okay, financial risk management. Now, this is an equally good opportunity. This is an equally good opportunity, which the best part of FRM is that there is a lot of overlap between FRM and CFA as far as the part one is concerned. Okay, so let's say you're attempting FRM part one. So you would find almost 50 to 60% commonality in the CFA and level one, level two, and that of the FRM part one. Okay, that's the thing about it. Second thing which I like about FRM is that it takes only, if you're serious about FRM, it is only going to take you 1 year. Within 1 year, you can actually pass your FRM exam. And if you're working in risk management anyhow, if you have to show about a couple of years of work experience into risk management, your investment banking job which you're executing, if there is any element of risk there, you can then claim your charter as well. So as with CFA, so with FRM, that after passing your exam or before that also, anytime, if you have the relevant work experience, you can apply for the charter and you will get the charter. Now, another thing which is good for FRM is that the FRM charter or the FRM certification, they come at a fraction of cost as compared to that of the CFA. To complete the entire CFA at one shot, it's going to take you around 2,000. I would say 2,000 to $2,500. I'm talking about across level 1, level 2, level 3. Whereas the entire FRM exam, You can complete within $1,100, $200, two-parts exam, which I'm talking about. These are the exam registration fees, etc., which is there. Now, is the FRM valued in India? Very much, very much. FRM is highly valued in your banks, PSU banks, like that of State Bank of India, one of the major recruiters of FRM. I wish I could show you all the details, but because of paucity of time, I will restrict myself. So banks, it has got huge amount of application. If you are into investment banking as well as you're doing, and you want to, let's say, transform your career from whatever you're doing into risk management, this is gold mine. This is absolute gold mine. Another thing is that why I actually encourage students to go in for their FRM first is because once you complete your FRM, CFA becomes that much more easier. Okay, make no mistake, FRM as exam is really tough. Okay, but what happens is that once you pass your part one, part two exam, thereafter, the CFA, rest of the CFA will become that much more easier. So that's why I encourage, for going ahead with for FRM first. All right. So now coming to Charterseries. This is the company that I have launched, as I told you. So there is one more partner of mine, but as of now, he has requested anonymity because he's working as at a senior director level in one of the investment banks. So till such time that we really pick up the pace and he actually comes for teaching, he has requested anonymity. So we are a couple of us. So both of us are obviously, as you would know, that we are charter holders. Whether it's CFA, whether it's FRM, that's there. So a little bit about how we have planned the program for you. Let me show you that. So we talked about CFA eligibility criteria. Okay, just a sec. All right. So these are different weightages which we have picked up from the CFA Institute's website. The eligibility criteria for CFA that you could take your CFA once you're graduate. So obviously, since all of you guys are working, so this thing as it is known to you. Uh, yeah. Exam and fees, those things are also there. I have given as per the latest whatever has been given to us. Along with that, the exam and fees, and these are basically the exam windows and how the exams are actually passed. You could refer to the CFF website to know that how things happen across all the levels, whether level 1, level 2, level 3. For CFA, there are going to be 2 exams in a one given day. 2.5 hours each. 2.5 hours each. Sorry, 2 hours 15 minutes each half. Okay, and then for example, for your part level 1, you are only required to solve 90 MCQ type questions. In part 2, there are about, those are vignette based. There is going to be certain short case studies followed by 6 questions or 4 questions. That's how it is being constructed in level 2. And in level 3, there is some constructed response which we called is the essay. Okay, that's how it's being done. We have 4 windows, February, May, August, November, etc. Okay, and these are the registration deadlines which are there. Since fees are already, I've showed you there, so I have not put up fees there here anymore, but instead I want to focus upon the scholarship programs. CFA also offers some certain scholarship, depending upon how you're able to convince your situation, that if you are a working professional and you're financially somewhat you're constrained, so perhaps you can apply for something called as the access scholarship. If you're a university student, in that case you can apply for the student scholarship. Professor scholarships are actually like people like us who are into academia and so, all right, all those things. Of course, that apply for a scholarship is not an automatic guarantee that the scholarship will be awarded, but once, if you are lucky enough to break through the scholarship, the fees of course reduces drastically. That's how it is. Okay, same now. If uh, okay, now the FRM courses, if I have to take over. Okay, So the good part of FRM is that per se there are no eligibility criteria, unlike that of CFA, wherein you need to have your graduation. But the good thing is that since this eligibility criteria is completely just, anybody per se can actually take out their uh, FRM exam. Anybody can sit for the exam. But of course, you may understand that it's mostly the graduates and above, they actually go in for FRM. As you know that there is a body called as NARIC in United Kingdom that actually certifies. They have actually given the equivalence of FRM, and they say that FRM is like a postgraduate MBA kind of a degree. If they consider the MBA from Harvard, etc., those things, if you consider there, top B schools where they teach risk management, so FRM is equivalent to of that. Of course, you don't get a university degree. Instead, you get an FRM chart. All right. So the next thing which I wanted to highlight is that why we are different. If you are having questions, so you would already know what we are. I've recently founded one more company called Gentium Capital. It's a private equity firm along with one of my partners. Uh, the thing which I'm going to lay in front of all of you is that the product that we have is it divided into two halves, or three halves rather. So one is that wherein we simply I think I would rather take you to the pricing page to let me show it from there. So this is the pricing which we have there. So I have divided into three halves. Three types of coaching is there available. One is called scholarly, second is erudite, and third is professional. So in scholarly, what happens is that we are going to give you the on-demand video. So that means all the latest videos which I have already recorded, they are available at your doorstep. And then what you are required to do is that there is no need to refer to any other study material. You can refer to the video only, make your own handwritten notes. That's something which I will always insist upon. And in addition, obviously, there's going to be a doubt solving WhatsApp group or Telegram group wherein you can freely post your queries and I will solve them. Me or my partner, one of us, so we'll solve them. And then if you can compare this with other prep providers also there in the market, and you will find that this is not only most affordably priced, that's obviously one of the keys, but another thing is that we are providing you 1 year of full access. That means that most of the prep providers who are actually giving the video lectures, what they do is that they give you limited access, so you can view their videos only for one time or 1.5 times or 2 times. But no, for us, what I have done is that for 1 year full, no matter how many times you want to refer those videos, you can refer those videos. You can download it in your mobile, you can download it in your laptop, you can watch online as a streaming view also. Any of the accesses are there, and then whenever it is free time, you can study. Along with, I will obviously also give the PDF text material, so there is no need to purchase any separate material, except for some Q bank, which I will propose separately. That is for the later half. But study material, there is nothing else is required. Similarly, there's something called as erudite. So in erudite, what happens is everything that we provide here, we are going to provide here. Plus, we are going to give you some revision online classes just before your exam. For every window, there are going to be 5-6 revision session planned. 4 to 6 revision sessions will be planned. Uh, and of course, there is something called as again professional. Professional is wherein people who are still they want some handholding and they feel that नहीं मेरे से अभी ऐसा नहीं होगा. I need some online guide, live online class. So for them, it's professional has been launched for them. Of course, they can enjoy the video pack plus the revision session plus online 5 to 6 months of time. Normally, I would not suggest this pack because the thing is that ये आपके लिए टाइम की एक कमिटमेंट हो जाएगी wherein every weekend you'll have to give about 12 hours Saturday Sunday to me and be constantly on the watch. So that's how it is. The same thing applies for your CFA as well, with the CFA level 1. Obviously, the pricing is a little higher than that of your FRM. The reason being obviously because CFA syllabus is vast. There are 10 subjects, CFA has got only 4 subjects. So that is why it's a little half. Now, for the Imatica students and all other students who have had any class that they have taken from me, I have a special offer for all of you. One is that obviously these are available as they are. But if you wanted to take up this offer, so what I'm going to do is that 2 things are there. One is that you can actually directly go in with the erudite pack. For example, this is 22,005. You can go and directly go in for this erudite pack, but you only pay the scholarly pack fees. So that's one advantage that you will have. Or another advantage or another choice that I can lay in front of you is that you can directly enjoy a 10% discount on the scholarly as well. So that means this is further being subsidized. So from 18,999, you can additionally, you can think of that, it's around 17,000 or close to something is available, which is definitely cheapest in the market. And in terms of quality, I don't have to tell that what quality is if you have attended my lecture. So this is it. This is in nutshell what we are going to offer. FRM Part 2 is, of course, as of now, I'm not giving any video lectures. It's because that FRM Part 2 is a difficult topic area where I'll have to first conduct the online classes first and then build up the confidence. Any question? Ajay, Virendra, Kushali, please feel free to ask. We all are friends here.
No, sir. No question for now.
Kushali? Ajay?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a question. So it will AI will affect on this the FRM and the CFA level employee in future. So how it will be?
No. That is exactly what I'm saying. See, when AI grows, you will also have to grow in parallel. Okay, so don't take me otherwise. You have learned some great deal in our MRTCAS. 5-6 महीने का आपका जो course है, you have learned that. But the point is that
Yes, sir.
जो job करते हो, that job gradually उसका मान के चलो कि 25 to 50% वो job automate होंगे ही, आगे चलती ये होगा ही, यही होगा. तो अगर आप अपने आप को boost नहीं करोगे, like FRM और CFA लेके, तो obviously AI आपका job खा जाएगा, to some extent. लेकिन CFA FRM is a high level course. It's not you cannot automate courses like CFA and FRM. For example, वही example मैं आपको दे रहा हूँ. You learn about you become an MBBS doctor, you become an MD. आज यूके में सर्जन्स जो है वो इसका इस्तेमाल करते हैं, रोबोट्स का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. किसके लिए? सर्जरी करने के लिए, प्रिसिशन सर्जरी करने के लिए. ओके, डज दैट मीन दैट द रोबोट इज एक्चुअली डूइंग द सर्जरी? नो, इट्स नॉट. ओके, इट्स नॉट. बट जो डायग्नोस्टिक्स के लिए पहले डॉक्टर्स होते थे, वो सब डॉक्टर्स की जॉब वैसे भी आजकल नहीं है, क्योंकि डायग्नोस्टिक्स हमें पता है, उसको बोलता हूँ फ्लेबनोमोलॉजिस्ट या ऐसा कुछ नाम बोलते हैं, जो आता है हमारे यहाँ पे ब्लड कलेक्शन लेके चला जाता है. आने वाले टाइम में आपको वो भी नहीं लगेगा, आप घर बैठे खुद का ही डायग्नोस्टिक्स खुद कर लोगे. आने वाले टाइम में ये सब प्रोफेशन भी बंद हो जाएगी. सो कहने का मतलब क्या है, जहां पे आपको ब्रेन पावर की जरूरत है, वो वाला जगह जो है वो एआई आपका नहीं ले सकता. सीएफए एफआरएम इज डेफिनेटली द हाई एंड ऑफ द फाइनेंस. इससे बढ़ के फाइनेंस में और कुछ है नहीं दुनिया भर में. इफ दैट आंसर्स योर क्वेश्चन, अजय.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
खुशहाली, आपका क्या क्वेश्चन था? सीएफए पेजेस कौन सा, मतलब जो सीएफए इंस्टीट्यूट का पेज है या हमारे फीस की कोर्स जो कोर्स है उसकी बात कर रहे हो?
सर आपके फीस की लाइक
या सो सीएफए, ये सीएफए की फीस है आपके सामने. अगर आप सीएफए करना चाहोगे, सो 21,500, 21, ये फीस आपके सामने है यहाँ पे. ठीक है, यहाँ से कुछ क्वेश्चंस है तो यू कैन आस्क.
यस.
ओके.
नहीं, फीस का वो बस एक बार देखना था और बाकी वाज लाइक सीएफए और एफआरएम जो है, आपने जैसे बोला कि एफआरएम का पढ़ाई करके आपको सीएफए इजी हो जाएगा,
जी.
तो लाइक कैसे है, अभी मैं जैसे जॉब करती हूँ, मुझे है कि सीएफए करना है, तो विच विल बी द बेटर कि लाइक मैं जॉब के साथ साथ किसकी पढ़ाई पहले स्टार्ट करके कर सकती हूँ.
अगर आप मेरी
क्योंकि
बात समझ, हाँ बोलो बोलो
क्योंकि
बोलो.
जो कॉर्पोरेट एम्प्लॉय है, लेकिन मेरा पूरे दिन का ना 12 आवर्स उसी में चला जाता है, रेस्ट ऑफ द टाइम में निकालूं कैसे और उसकी पढ़ाई कैसे स्टार्ट करूं.
देखिए, ये एक बहुत अच्छा सवाल आपने पूछा. ओके, सो आजकल बहुत सारे चर्चाएं हो रही है दैट youngsters should work for 90 hours. Those old people are saying like that. So I'm not going to get into that debate. Okay, आप महीने अब आपका ऑलरेडी 60 to 70 आवर्स जो है वो जा ही रहा है. आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट. लेकिन इस केस में इसीलिए मैंने कोर्स को ऐसे डिजाइन किया है कि ये जो लेक्चर्स होंगे ना खुशहाली, ये सारे वीडियो लेक्चर्स होंगे. ऑलरेडी इसका लेक्चर्स मेरे पास ऑलरेडी किया सब है मेरे पास पैक. ओके। मेरे पास टाइम रहता है तो मैं दिखा भी दूंगा कि कैसे कोर्स को मैंने यहाँ पे डिजाइन किया हुआ है। तो ये आप जब आप मान के चलो कि ट्रैवलिंग अगर कर रही हो, पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट से कर रही हो, तो यू कैन वॉच थ्रू द मोबाइल। दैट्स वन। सेकेंड, अगर कहीं पे मौका थोड़ा सा भी मिलता है तब भी आप थोड़ा ऑफिस में भी पढ़ाई कर सकते हो, लेकिन आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट यस वो डिफिकल्ट रहता है, डेफिनेटली रहता है। तो मेरा ये सवाल रहेगा, सुझाव रहेगा, कि इस केस में आपने क्या करना है कि यस आपकी 12 घंटे की शिफ्ट होती है, 12 घंटा काम करते हो, आते हो, घर आते हो, फिर से आने जाने का, तो दिन में 14 घंटा ऐसे ही निकल जाते हैं सिर्फ ऑफिस के पीछे, 1 घंटा आने का, 1 घंटा जाने का, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। द पॉइंट इज दैट इन सच अ सिचुएशन आप दिन में पहले 1 घंटा करके निकालो, ओनली 1 आवर, और वो 1 आवर आप लेके वीकेंड में आप वहां पे, जो वीकेंड में तो सैटरडे संडे आपको मिल जाएगा, वहां पे आप कोशिश करो कि 5 घंटा 5 घंटा दिन में, 2 दिन में 10 घंटा या 6 घंटा 6 घंटा 12 घंटा मैं निकालू। तो हफ्ते में अगर मैं 12 घंटा वीकेंड में निकाल सकता हूँ, और 5 दिन में अगर एक एक घंटा में मैं निकाल सकता हूँ, 17 घंटा, मैं 15 घंटा पकड़ता हूँ। अगर 15 घंटा पकड़ के मैं पढ़ाई करता हूँ हर हफ्ते, तो ट्रस्ट मी, बिलीव मी खुशहाली, ये मेरा वीडियो लेक्चर 170 घंटे का रहेगा। ओके। आप आराम से रिवीजन के साथ 4 महीने के प्रिपरेशन में आप एफआरएम, चलो बहुत मुश्किल से 5 महीने, 5 महीने नहीं जाएगा, लेकिन मैं बहुत एक रिलैक्सेशन लेके बोल रहा हूँ, आप आराम से 4 से 5 महीने के अंदर एफआरएम की प्रिपरेशन करके आप आराम से एफआरएम को पास कर सकते हो। नाउ द रीजन फॉर मी टेलिंग दिस इज, मैं सीएफओ को एफआरएम के ऊपर नहीं रख रहा हूँ, एफआरएम को सीएफए के ऊपर नहीं रख रहा हूँ। आप कोई भी कोर्स चालू कर सकते हो, मेरे पास दोनों है, क्योंकि मेरे पास ये सारे क्वालिफिकेशन मेरे पास है, मैं सीएआई भी हूँ। लेकिन मैंने ये होते हुए देखा है कि अगर जो बंदा पहले एफआरएम करता है, तो होता क्या कि एफआरएम आपका 1 साल के अंदर कंप्लीट हो सकता है, और सीएफए के वेबसाइट में आपने देखा कि सीएफए को कंप्लीट करने के लिए कम से कम 2 से 3 साल, नॉर्मली 4 साल लगते हैं। तो होता क्या है कि कभी कभी कैंडिडेट फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाता है, फेल कर लिया या एग्जाम में ठीक से नहीं कर पाए, और उसकी फीस भी बहुत ज्यादा है, एक बार फेल किया तो फिर से आपको 1200 1500 डॉलर भरने पड़ेंगे। तो उसके जगह पे अगर आपने सीएफए के जगह पे पहले एफआरएम किया, तो आपके पास दो चीजें होती है। एक तो आपका जो शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन में आपने कोर्स को कंप्लीट कर लिया, सेकंड, सीएफए लेवल 1 और लेवल 2 और एफआरएम 1 के बीच में ऑलमोस्ट 50% की कॉमनैलिटी है सब्जेक्ट्स में, तो वो आपको एडवांटेज हो गया। तीसरा क्या है कि जैसे ही आपने एक एक एग्जाम, एफआरएम जैसे एग्जाम, ग्लोबल एग्जाम को क्लियर किया, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा, एक आपकी इंट्यूशन बैठ जाती है कि फिर ठीक है, फिर सीएफए फिर ऐसा हो सकता है। तो मेरा ये सुझाव इसलिए रहेगा क्योंकि ये शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन कोर्स है, इसको आप पहले खत्म कीजिए। इसके फीस भी कंसिडरेबली कम है। जैसे मैंने बताया कि 1200 से 1500 डॉलर के बीच में आपका पूरा एफआरएम कंप्लीट हो सकता है। वहीं पे सीएफए करने के लिए आपको 2500 से 3000 डॉलर मिनिमम जाएंगे, एक बार में पास किया तो भी। उससे ज्यादा हुआ तो 5-6 हजार के डॉलर के ऊपर भी जा सकते हैं। सो आई वुड सजेस्ट आप करो, और मैं मेरे साथ, आप मेरे साथ हो, मैं आपके साथ हूं। मैंने इस चीज को ऐसे डिजाइन किया, देखो यहाँ पे जैसे बताया ना मैंने कि एक्सेस टू द कॉमन डाउट सॉल्विंग ग्रुप, 100% सपोर्ट। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि आपको पढ़ते पढ़ते कोई डाउट है, आप इमीडिएटली व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में डालोगे, मैं उसको 20 मिनट के अंदर आपको आंसर दे दूंगा। दिस इज माई प्रॉमिस टू यू। ओके। सो आई हैव मोर देन 10 years ऑफ टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस वाली। मैंने जब कॉर्पोरेट छोड़ा था, सो आई वॉज डूइंग ग्रेट, बट आई वॉन्टेड टू डू समथिंग इन दिस फील्ड। 10 साल मैंने इस चीज में, इसीलिए इस चीज में मैंने गुजारे। I've trained more than 10,000 people, not only for CFA, FRM, investment banking, आपके जैसे courses, corporates, etc., etc. Yeah. So if that answers your
Okay,
question.
thank you. Yes.
Okay.
और
So
एक और था, लाइक मतलब लास्ट क्वेश्चन सर, कि डू वी गेट एनी ऑफलाइन क्लासेस फॉर सीएफए?
नहीं, अभी ऑफलाइन क्लासेस मैं नहीं करवा रहा हूँ, बिकॉज फॉर वन सिंपल रीजन, ये कॉस्ट को जस्टिफाई नहीं कर रहे आजकल, कोई भी नहीं करवाता। ऑफलाइन क्लासेस ऑलमोस्ट बंद हो चुकी है। कोई कुछ कुछ करवाते हैं, लेकिन उनके चार्जेस, इफ यू आर एबल टू, आई मीन अगर आप कंफर्टेबल हो, 50,000 60,000, सो देन यू कैन गो फॉर इट। लेकिन देर आर ओनली फ्यू प्रोवाइडर्स हु एक्चुअली कंडक्ट ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन क्लासेस,
ओके।
बिकॉज दैट इज अ टाइम कमिटमेंट ऑल्सो, आपको सेंटर में जाके पढ़ाई करनी होगी।
यस यस।
ओके, सो दैट इज अ टाइम कमिटमेंट ऑल्सो। या एनी अदर क्वेश्चन अजय, वीरेंद्र, कुछ भी क्वेश्चन है?
No, sir.
No, sir.
खुशहाली, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
नो सर, थैंक यू।
Okay, so before we go, why don't I actually show you some of my lectures? एक मिनट, इसमें मैं देखता हूँ. You know how I've designed it. Maybe that will give you some idea. Okay. कौन सा निकाले? चलो ये FMP में एक वीडियो दिखा देते हैं. Okay, so is my screen visible? Can anybody tell me if my screen is visible?
So it is visible, but it's stuck in the CFA level 1.
Okay, okay. So I think I need to re-share. मैं दोबारा share करता हूँ, रुको. Just a sec.
Hi, and welcome back to Chapter 3 of the FMP for FRM Part 1 curriculum. The chapter topic is fund management. And
Is it visible
we're
now?
going to discuss about mutual fund, hedge fund, and the exchange rate.
Yes.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
visible?
Right now.
Okay, so इसको मैं थोड़ा सा रन करता हूँ 1 मिनट के लिए. सिर्फ हमारे पास अभी 2 मिनट रह गए हैं.
We're also going to discuss about the major differences between the same and some accounting calculation. Been taken from CARB as the anybody. It need not necessarily be a fund house. It could be a corporate. It could be somebody who is adept with the market, may or may not be from the financial services industry. But we need a sponsor. The sponsor, in turn, will have to form something called as the Asset Management Company, or AMC. Now, please do remember that this Asset Management Company is formed in the form of a partnership. Partnership to work. Well, in order to float a mutual fund, the sponsor will have to first commit its investment to this asset management company and then will form a partnership with a trust. Why we require a trust? Because a trust is the one which is going to represent the public at large. Who is the public? The investing public. The investing public, of course. Now, at the initiation, of course, we do not have the public coming in because the AMC is yet to be formed. But once the AMC is formed and the trust deed is signed, then subject to the nod and approval from the regulator, the sponsor may invite subscription from something called as NFO, new fund offer, and it may actually invite participation of investing public. The investing public is, in the beginning, represented by the trust. Of course, you may understand that not everybody can be a trust. A trustee will have to be somebody who is of impeccable character, impeccable moral, not only moral character, but who may have had to have absolutely clean, impeccable image and record and track record as far as the financial services industry is concerned. You'll see that the NAV units have plummeted almost by 3.8%. Challenges that we talked about are the heightened demand is trading close to 300.
Okay, so I'm just closing it. So I hope that this is understandable. I say there are more than hundreds of videos are there in this manner. Okay, जो यहाँ पे कॉम्प्लेक्स चीजों को मैंने बहुत सिंपल तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ है along with the mathematics. So please make your decision and then let me know if you guys are taking exam. It's an exciting thing that I am offering to all of you, especially for the students who have been my students. Any question anymore? Or should I close it now?